So I'm here with Francois Millet, who is the winemaker here at Domaine Comte Georges de Vogue here in Chambolle-Musigny in the Côte-de-Nuit in Burgundy. And you've been really, I think, really poetic and really precise and really and given us some great insights into what it is that is unique and in some ways I think wonderful about the 2008 vintage, at least on red wines in the Côte-de-Nuit. And if you would talk a little bit about sort of your impressions of, I guess, of the 2008 vintage.
Well, the point is the true length of wave between the climatic conditions, which were actually in the summer very difficult, but we had a switch of climate mid-September. The northern wind arrived, and that was able to conserve the freshness of the vintage, the minerality of the vintage. And of course, climatic minerality with mineral wines, which is our village. So there's a perfect length of wave and synergy between these two parameters, which gives to the vintage a high freshness, high clarity. We picked late. It took the time to ferment. It fermented very slowly, which gave to the vintage brownness and complexity. And there's a high freshness, but also fruit. And we have here the syrup fruit, very sweet syrup. And the flowers of the afternoon, which combine also that high freshness. So this is an extreme classic vintage.
What one of the things that you were talking about is that there's a sense, in some ways, of clarity to the wines of 2008. You talked about fruit and freshness and minerality. How would you say that clarity manifests itself in the wines, or maybe in the different wines of the different terroirs?
Well, the clarity is very positive, but it can be also implacable. It means that you see everything from the terroir, but you can see the good and the worse. That's the point.
Right.
It's impossible to hide anything in that vintage, and there's a form of truth in this vintage. And also very interesting is the aestheticism of the vintage, and that reminds me the watercolor painting, l'aquarelle, because it's so subtle. The colors are very subtle. And the entrance of the mouth is watery mineral without any dilution.
Thank you so much for the tasting and your time, and well done. For us it was a great pleasure, and certainly a great success as usual, but also in 2008.
So I hope it will continue.
Merci beaucoup.